Yo, what's going on, you guys? And welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. And in today's episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over the new summer 2025 anime season. As always, what we'll do is we'll go over almost every single anime, pretty much all the popular ones. We'll read the synopsis, and me and Owen will react to it. But as usual, this is one of our most fun episodes out there. So, yeah, I'll make sure you stay tuned. But if this is your first time here, I'm your boy Aray and with my co-host Owen, bro. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, brother. I'm doing amazing, doing amazing. Uh, damn, yo. Summer season about to start. This shit's about to get hectic.
Yeah, we're a little late on this one. Summer season technically already started. We've got, I'd say like about 50% of the new anime have already dropped their first episodes. Not all, but some. But either way, it's never too late.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, bro.
All right, bro. Well, one other thing I want to mention is we're gonna also be going over our rankings for the last season. Our anime Discord just completed the ranking, so we'll talk about that at the end of the episode. But Owen, bro, any expectations for this upcoming season?
Uh, honestly, I don't even know what's in the season or anything like that, so I can't really say too much. But what I will say is, uh, add Squid Games 3 to this season.
Yo, that is good. That is good.
Well, you can watch that shit. That's
Bro.
it.
Yeah, bet.
But yeah, I honestly don't know too much about what's. I'm coming in completely blind, so I don't know literally anything. But what are you looking out for?
So I'll tell you that this season is loaded with sequels. Like this might be one of the most popular seasons when it comes to sequels. I know not everyone is a sequel watcher. A lot of people like to watch the first season or just seasonals in general. And I respect that because there's a lot of different types of anime out there. But if you are a sequel lover, like myself, for example, this upcoming season, I don't try to spoil too much, but we got like Don second season, Kaiju number 8 second season. Those would be sequels that are in this anime season that are just gonna pop off.
Dandadan, bro. I need to catch up fully to Dandadan. I'm not gonna lie. Jeez. Okay.
But yeah, as always, what we'll do is we'll sort it by most popular, aka on this website, you could follow an anime and it's considered being a member. So I've sorted it by most members. So this technically on this website means most followers, most popular, same thing.
Yeah, I mean, usually the way it works is like the top 5 or 6 will have like a huge discrepancy in terms of like people that are following
Hmm.
or wanting to view it. uh, than usually the rest. But we still, we go through all of them or a lot of them, and we let you guys know which ones we might watch, which ones we won't watch, and just go through some synopsises with you guys, and pretty much got get you guys up to date on what the new season looks like.
All right, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the first one kind of shocked me. I knew this was a very popular anime, but I didn't think they would surpass Don or Kaiju number 8.
To be honest, me either. Honestly, I have never heard of this.
Yeah. So let me just quickly say it's called My Dress Up Darling. This is season number 2 coming out.
My Dress of Darling. Damn, have you ever watched it before?
I have not, but one of my boys actually watched it like when it came out in 2022. And back then, bro, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like early 2022, I was not into any other thing than like sports anime, action anime. I mean, I do watch a few here and there, but I'm gonna be real with you, romance or like anything like that was kind of out of pocket for me. Now I'm kind of in that hole now where I've been watching a lot more, but at the time I was clowning dude for watching it, and I gotta take it back, bro, and I gotta be real about what I was like back then. But I mean, it's number one, bro, with some heavy hitters on this list, so I gotta respect it.
Damn, yeah. Okay. Uh, sheesh. When does it come out?
It comes out July 6th, so the first episode's already out.
Oh, damn. Okay. This would be the perfect time to catch up if you haven't watched it already. And do we have a little synopsis for this?
Yeah, I'll kind of just shorten it because again, this one's been out for a while, the first
Uh,
season at the very least. But essentially, it's about a dude who likes to perfect his art of making Hina dolls. He's trying to get to his grandpa's level. He's trying to become an expert. And then there's also a girl who's very popular in like she really likes pop culture and she's trying to become I think she's trying to become like a model. So essentially the two of them kind of team up together. She kind of poses as a quote unquote doll and he kind of dresses her up, but it develops into like a romance.
Okay. Yeah. Would you say it's your cup of tea?
Not really. I mean, I'm trying to get more into stuff like this. I've been told this is really good, but you know, it's I like the dynamic, I'll tell you that much. She likes cosplay, he wants to make outfits and things like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a nice little dynamic.
Would you cosplay my boy?
Nah, bro. I mean, probably not, bro. I don't really got balls like that, bro. I'm too shy for that.
uh, damn, yo. Honestly, I would cosplay Luffy at like I don't know, event, Comic Con, some shit like that.
I
Uh,
respect it. Nah,
damn, sick.
I would wear like anime gear. I have no problem with that. But when it comes to like cosplaying itself, that's too crazy for me, bro. I'm not that crazy. I don't want to say crazy, but like I don't got balls like that. You feel me?
Honestly, what I would either do, I wouldn't do too many, but if I were to do one, I would either do Zoro, Luffy, or Sanji, to be honest, or Law, or Law. Law would be sick.
I would go hard.
Law would be sick. But yeah, let's get on to the next one.
All right, so the next one we have on this list is one that just recently came out last year, and it's already getting a second season. It is Don to Don.
Okay. I watched probably the first 8 episodes of the first season of Don Don, and it was pretty fire. I keep just like I don't know, I can't follow through with it really, but it's a pretty good anime. Honestly, I don't know, it's okay for me, but I know other people love it. So like, what's kind of your thoughts on it?
Dude, I honestly think Dandadan is an amazing anime. It does a great job of like bringing two different elements, two different people together, creating that tension, whether it's like romance or there's a little beef in there too. You feel me? But also like two different worlds colliding. Like I don't want to glaze it too much, but I really mess with Dandadan, bro. And not to mention the animation studio has just been really good for this anime. They've been animating crazy scenes. Everything's so high energy and it's just a vibe, bro. The show overall is just a vibe. So this is my number one definite watch on here.
Yeah.
It's the
Okay.
first.
Okay. I gotta catch up to Don Don for this for sure. But I know what my number one's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably gonna be my number two.
I respect it, bro, because there's honestly a lot in the season that could qualify for number one. So this being number two is valid.
Yep.
All right, you want to move on to the next one?
Let's get it.
I should also preface this by saying the first two had over 250,000 followers or members on this website, and the next one
Or
drops off to 165. So it's like a steep drop from those two.
I'm surprised there's that much of a discrepancy between the next one and Don Don, to be honest.
Yeah, I just feel like Dandadan is more friendly to non-battle shonen people. You know what I mean? And
Okay,
that a lot.
I get you.
But yeah, number three on this list is Kaiju number eight, second season. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Me and you were both watching this easily.
Yeah, I mean, Kanji number 8 first season was amazing. Characters were amazing. The plot was amazing. Everything was for me a good 10 out of 10. So I'm definitely staying tuned and watching this for sure.
Yeah, no, this is like one of those ones where it's like I don't even have to lift a finger. Everyone knows I'm finna watch it.
Yeah,
Kaiju number eight with the
quite literally, quite literally. This is my number one for sure.
If I'm not wrong, I think I voted for the first season as anime of the year last year, so it only makes sense that this is
I mean,
my number one
it's just a thick anime, straight up.
for sure.
Yep.
All right, I mean, those two are no-brainers for us, but yeah, let us know if you guys are watching these ones too. Let's move on to the next one though.
Yep.
All right, so the first original anime, when I say original, I mean no second seasons or no prior seasons, is called The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity.
The what? These titles are crazy. Flower
Fragrant
blooms with dignity. Okay, what is this about?
So it looks like it's a drama romance series. I can read the synopsis to you and you let me know what you think.
Okay.
All right. Despite being adjacent to one another, Shidori Public High School and the all-girls Kyokyo Private Academy seem to exist in two different worlds. While the latter boasts an immaculate reputation and favors students from wealthy backgrounds, the former is a nest for dim-witted delinquents. Everyone at Kyokyo harbors a deep hatred for the Shidori neighbors. 16-year-old Rintaro Sumugi is a student at Shidori whose intimidating face leads people to avoid him. Rintaro pays no mind to this as he is content with his group of friends. However, there's something he has not told them yet. Sometimes he helps out at his family's cake shop. God damn, this is not so long. One day at work, Rintaro sees a customer at a table, but she runs off before he can talk to her. The next day, he receives an apology from the girl Karuko Waguri, who explains that she did not run away because of his appearance and that she believes Rintaro is a kind-hearted person. Although he's not used to Karuko's bright personality, Rintaro looks forward to forming a friendship with her. There's just one obstacle that stands in his way. Karuko is a Kyukyo student.
Okay, so we're getting basically a love story between two people that go to different schools.
Yeah, and there's like a pretty big barrier between it. I'm sure there's like a stigma with the wealth factor in there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of like some a wild segregation type of thing that you know that's kind of going on right here.
I honestly, bro, I'm gonna be real, bro. I kind of dig it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the old classic thing of like, oh, there's like a girl that comes from like a high class family that's kind of marrying just a random average Joe, you know?
Mhm.
That's kind of like this kind of what I'm assuming, right? One we have one rich girl and this random average Joe type of dude from like a non-wealthy family is trying to, get with her.
For sure. I mean, honestly, bro, it does sound like a vibe. I'll tell you this much, it's on Netflix, so it's very easily accessible to a lot of people.
Nice.
And one kind of trend I noticed is a lot of anime that are on Netflix, not just Crunchyroll, tend to be those of higher quality and popularity.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of the anime I watch is on Netflix just because it's easy to just look at Netflix, like scroll Netflix, and then find something.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I'd rather not go, well, find something to watch, then see if it's on Netflix.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it.
For sure. Nah, this one, I mean, technically it's not the first on here that's a romance anime, but it is the first new anime on here that's not like a second season. So it looks like this is the top romance anime of the season.
Yeah, just get it.
All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next one is also very popular. This one was came out in 2022, and for whatever reason, this one was everywhere when it first came out. And it's not my cup of tea, and honestly, bro, I don't know if it's yours either, but I'll give you the gist of the story. Essentially, it's about this dude who's a middle school kid. Dude has no game, bro, no love life, nothing like that. I mean, which is kind of normal for a middle school student, but nonetheless, he has insomnia, right? And he pops up to the street, he's just kind of wandering around. He meets up with this girl, and they're kind of just chilling together on a futon type shit. And then all of a sudden, she bites him, and it turns out she's a vampire.
What the hell? This is some sinners,
Yo, for real, bro. This is Sinners for real, bro.
some sinners type shit.
Type shit, bro.
Goddamn. Goddamn. Okay. I mean, honestly, I don't really see too many vampire style movies or anime out, like generally, right? Vampire. I feel like it's always ghosts, demons, spirits, but vampires is a different type of avenue they're going for. You know?
There have been some. Like I remember Sir Vamp way back in the day. There's also a webtoon one that came out maybe 2020 back in the day. But you're right. I haven't really seen a lot of these. It's been a lot of spirits, ghosts, and whatnot. So yeah, good call on that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if it's anything like the originals or Vampire Diaries, bro, get me in there.
Type shit, bro. All
Get
right.
me, get me in there.
All right, let's move on to the next one, bro.
I get it.
I'm gonna be real with you on this one is probably the one I would recommend to you. I just watched the first episode of this one. It's called Gachi Akuta, and that shit was fire, bro.
Okay, what's it about?
Essentially, there's two different worlds, or I guess it's one world, but two different communities living in this world. One side of it is all these rich, wealthy people dressed in white, no trash anywhere. And then on the right side of the world, or on the other side of the world, there's a community where it's filthy, there's trash, everyone's kind of like dirty and whatnot. But they essentially live together. Obviously, the people that come from the nicer community look down on the people that come from the other community. There's even a giant wall that separates them. But the main character, he kind of digs through trash. So the other community, the rich community, they don't have any trash within their city. They get rid of it right away. And they kind of deem this guy to be called I believe it was called like garbage digger or tomb raider or garbage raider, something like that, right? Trash raider. And he just be stealing trash or whatever, right? Because sometimes you know what they be saying, bro. One man's trash is another man's treasure. But essentially, he steals from it, right? And then some crazy shit happens. This is all in the first episode too. I'm not gonna try to spoil it too much. Essentially, he gets framed, making a murder look like he did it, and then
Yeah.
there's like so they live on like a huge mountain, and essentially when somebody commits a crime, they kick the person off. They kind of throw them off the ledge, and they just fall into an abyss. So this dude got framed and bro got cut, and that was essentially the end of the episode, bro. And as he was falling back, he seen the dude that framed him, and he's like, basically, essentially, he's like, I'm gonna fuck this shit up, bro. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna fuck all y'all up, bro.
Damn, bro. This is some crazy shit. I feel like this is some shit that could happen in real life.
Type shit, bro. Now I'm gonna be real with you on, bro. If I had to recommend one of these anime, not including sequels, this was the one I'd tell you to watch.
I mean, it honestly sounds like this is. I gotta give this one a go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
promise, bro. It's fire.
yeah, I definitely gotta give this one a go.
All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next one is another sequel. It's also a romance drama type of anime. It's this one is called Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. I know it's based off of Rascal Does Not Dream of a Knapsack Kid. I don't know if this is a spin-off or a sequel, but I do believe it is a sequel.
Okay. Uh, do you know what it's about?
Yeah. Let me just pull up the synopsis for you real quick. Um, so here's the synopsis.
Okay.
Dude, there's so many prequels to this. I'm going through. There's like three movies, might even be four movies.
Prequels?
Yeah. Dude, all right. My bad. So the actual original one is called Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai. You've definitely seen this before,
Bunny Girl Senpai. I heard that shit before, bro.
bro. This shit is crazy, bro. This shit has like four movies, two sequels. I understand why it's high up there in popularity then. But yeah, let me read the synopsis for you, all right?
Yeah.
The rare and inexplicable puberty syndrome is thought of as a myth. It is a rare disease which only affects teenagers, and its symptoms are so supernatural that hardly anyone recognizes it as a legitimate occurrence. However, high school student Sakuta Azusagawa knows from personal experience that it is very much real and happens to be quite prevalent in his school. Mai Sakurajima is a third-year high school student who gained fame in her youth as a child actress, but recently halted her promising career for reasons unknown to the public. With an air of unapproachability, she is well known throughout the school, but none dare interact with her. That is until Sakuta sees her wandering the library in a bunny girl costume. Despite the get-up, no one seems to notice her, and after confronting her, he realizes that she is another victim of puberty syndrome. As Sakuta tries to help May through her predicament, his actions bring him into contact with more girls afflicted with this elusive disease.
Goddamn, bro. Looks like the girl's got some cooties going on,
Bro, for real, bro. I don't know, man. I think this would be a pass for me. It just sounds like normal high school shit or even middle school shit.
right? Uh, Honestly, probably something I wouldn't really watch, but I mean, if you guys are into this type of high school, middle school type of shit. You know, it's
Yeah.
up to you.
Now I'm gonna give this one a pass, but just for the fact that it's had so many movies and sequels, I gotta I gotta admit, bro, it's probably popular, bro. It's just not something I'm immediately gonna watch right now, you feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yep.
All right, so the next one is called The Summer Hikaru Died. I watched the first episode, bro. This shit is creepy, but so entertaining, man. Like dead ass, bro.
Okay. In what way?
All right, so essentially it's about two boys, they're homies, and what happens is one of them ends up going up like a mountain and he dies on the mountain. And then he comes back like a week later after missing, and they were really close. And one of the boys that stayed behind, he starts to notice that like he's acting exactly the same, but they're just so close that he notices like a little bit of like a discrepancy in his behavior and his character. And then one day he just randomly asks, "Ever since you came back from the mountain, you've been a little bit different. You're not," the guy's name is Hikaru. He's like, "You're not Hikaru, are you? You're somebody else." And then the dude just turns into a demon or some shit. And he's like, "How did you notice? I thought I did a perfect copy." I was like, "God damn, bro."
That's pretty sick. That is pretty sick. Okay. And this is what, a second season to that?
No, this is a brand new anime just coming out for the first time.
Oh shit. Okay. And so we don't know what this is about at all.
I mean, I just watched that first episode and I was hooked.
Okay. Oh, okay, 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 okay. So it already came out.
Yeah, just the first episode.
Damn. Okay. This shit seems sick. Look at the guy's shirt.
Bro, so that's the demon I was telling you about, bro.
Sheesh, bro. This might be a watch. This is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I can't lie. Okay.
It's first episode was great.
Let's get it.
All right, let's move on to the next one. It's called Sakamoto Days Part 2. So technically it's the first season, but essentially it's the second core to the first season. So if you've watched Sakamoto Days, you already know what this is about. But long story short, this is about a retired assassin kind of hopping back into life every once in a while.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sad to see this much down.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that there's so many sequels that are even more popular than this one, and that's probably the reason why it's kind
That's
of.
kind of crazy, bro. What the fuck?
Mhm.
Kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. What
Now,
the?
there's some other sequels down here, even lower, and that had me shook, bro. Like you'll see eventually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I already see it,
See it? Yeah, you feel me?
brother. Like, what's going on here?
That should not be number nine, or not even number 12 on the list. But we'll get to that one eventually. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one.
Yep.
All right, so the next one is The Rising of the Shield Hero Season 4. I can speak on this one real quick. First season was fire. The rest of the seasons have been not as great. I think a lot of people can attest to it, but nonetheless, there's still about 98,000 members on here. People still watch it, so I can't shit on it too much. But oh, and if you don't know this one, it's an isekai about like four heroes getting reincarnated into a world, and there's essentially waves that come into the world, and they have to fight them off. Each hero got a different weapon. One hero got like a bow and arrow. One got a long sword, if I'm not mistaken. One got like a another type of sword, like a spear. And then the last one, our main character got a shield. So that's essentially what it's about. Again, first season was fire, but I heard that the plot is very rinse and repeat. But I don't want to shit on it too much because I haven't watched past the second season.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Uh, would you recommend this to me?
If you want to watch the first season, I would, but I wouldn't go past that to be honest.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. Let's get into the next one.
All right, so the next one is Grand Blue season 2. I haven't actually watched the first season. It came out in like 2018, but the first season, from what I heard, is just a vibe. Like people just be vibing out. It's all these like high school kids, or college kids going to like a beach, vibing, doing their own thing. But that's as far as I know. The second season could be something different, but that's as much as I know. I heard it's also one of the most funniest anime out there too, so it's definitely a nice comedy anime.
Oh sure. Okay. I mean, I feel like a lot of anime don't really focus too heavy on it, comedy. So this would be a good one.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one because this is the controversial one for us on.
Yeah, this is gonna be tight.
All right, so this one, in my opinion, should be a lot higher. This might be my third or fourth one on here that I really, really, really want to watch is Dr. Stone Science Future Part 2. Essentially, this is the last season of Dr. Stone. The second part, there's going to be three different parts. This is the second part.
Okay. I mean, I'll give you my little rundown on it. Right now, it's bro, shit's, shit's been going crazy as of recent. Uh, I mean, I haven't fully watched the first part
Hmm.
of the latest season, so I still have a couple episodes left. But from what I've seen, insane, and I'm excited for season part two over here.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, like Dr. Stone is literally goated, bro. It's one of my favorite anime of all time, bro. So like for it's almost end of its anime run, bro, like for it to be this low is just it hurts me personally, bro. I gonna lie to you.
No, I agree completely, bro. It should not be here. It should be way higher. Um, you know, you know what it could be. So these are season part twos,
Yeah.
current seasons that are going on.
Hmm.
So that might be a reason why people aren't, you know, voting for it as much or
Oh
following,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
because I feel like when Doctor Stone came out, right, last season, it was like number one or number two, right?
Hmm.
So how the hell does it just drop all the way down? Like there's, I think it's because it's a continuation.
Yeah, I also feel like the season is really loaded with the other a lot of different other
With,
sequels.
yeah, with a lot of other good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, we all know Doctor Stone's an amazing anime. New parts coming out very soon here, so definitely stay tuned. But yeah, let's get on to the next one.
All right, so the next one is a fourth season of an anime is Rent a Girlfriend season 4. I don't think we really need to talk about this one too much. You've definitely seen it around on, but I know me and you wouldn't watch it. But essentially, it's about a dude who broke up with his girlfriend. Bro was depressed, and he decided to rent a girlfriend, which is a popular thing to do in Japan. And then they end up like, I think something ends up happening between them. Again, I haven't watched it, so I couldn't speak on it too much, but it is very popular
Wait, pause. Um, renting a girlfriend is common.
in Japan.
That's still kind of wild.
Yeah, you can do it. You get like a day. Y'all just go on a date or something like that. I don't know.
That's would you ever consider that?
Nah, dog,
Like,
I'm married,
but
man.
obviously not. You're not like. Let's say you're not married. Like, let's say this is like an 18-year-old you.
Probably not because in the back of my head it wouldn't be real. You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly. I
Like
agree with you. I
I'm
agree.
I'm sure in some cases it's like not always um gonna end up where it's just all about the money transactions, but and or some cases where it does work out. But I don't know, man. It's just in the back of my head, bro. I feel like I'd just be like, nah, bro. I paid bread for this.
Yeah, I feel like you got to be super down bad to be doing that type of shit. To be honest, realistically, like you got to be down bad. You got to like pay somebody to for their attention. Kind of crazy.
I do think there can be times where it's cool. Like for example, let's say you go to Japan by yourself. You got nobody. Let's say you rent a girlfriend and then she's like your translator and y'all just go out, have a good time. I feel like that would be pretty dope.
Maybe if you're a traveler,
Yeah.
but other than that, maybe probably not.
So I remember watching this, Speed did that on a live stream and like I don't think he was doing it in like a romantic sense, but he was kind of just doing it to hang out with somebody and have a translator at the same time. So I thought, I mean, I don't know, bro. To each their own. I'll leave it at that.
I mean, that boy Speed be doing anything out here.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that shit is straight content. Like this like virtual girlfriend or whatever, or parental girlfriend. But I
Mhm.
think generally it's like it's kind of sad if you're doing some shit like that. Realistically,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's get on to the next one.
All right, so the next one is called Secrets of the Silent Witch. It's a fantasy anime. I can read the synopsis for you real quick, but here it is. Monica Everett, the Silent Witch, is the only mage in the world who can use enchanted magecraft, a true hero who single-handedly defeated a legendary black dragon. However, this young genius is actually super duper shy. That's right, she learned to cast spells silently just to avoid speaking in public, and despite her power, she has zero self-confidence. Now Monica has been tasked with secretly guarding the second prince. Can she keep it together as she faces both the evil forces targeting the prince and the terrors of social interaction?
So she's basically secretly a badass, but like
She just be shy.
exactly. What is this shit, bro? What? I mean, it's kind of a cool dynamic if you think about it, right? Like she's super strong, but she's done so much to make sure people don't know she's strong. You know,
Bro, that's low-key aura, bro.
like that's high key aura.
Yeah, you're right.
Plus 1,000 aura right there.
Nah, I think it's a cool concept, you know. I don't know if I'd watch it right away. If there's a lot of anime on my list for this season, so this one could sneak onto it, but I don't know if it's like on top of my list, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, so far, how many do you think you're getting through?
I mean, just sequels alone, I've got like five already, and then I'm watching Gachi Akuta, I'm watching The Summer Hikaru Died. Those ones are fire, so I'm already like eight deep, and then I have some continuing on from last season, like for example, One Piece. Yeah, there's always To Be Hero X, so I don't know, bro. I'm like 10 anime deep already.
Yeah, and you got to watch the games. So
Exactly.
a couple seasons behind, couple animes you still got to watch. But okay, yeah. Let's get to the next one.
All right, so next one is another sequel. It is called I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince, so I can take my what does that say? I can take
What does it say?
my time perfecting my magical ability. Season two.
Okay,
My fault. I was translating the Japanese. Not playing.
I'm dead, bro.
Yeah,
Okay, what's the synopsis here?
bro, you could just read the title and you can figure it out.
Uh,
Essentially, essentially, it's an isekai.
bro, this whole reincarnated stuff is getting kind of crazy. But this is like super, super, super specific.
Right. Now I can tell you this much. The first season did pretty well. I remember we did a poll in our Discord, community rankings, and this one, the first season did pretty well.
Okay. Um, is this something you're gonna watch for this new season?
It's a pass on me, my boy.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's move on to the next one. So the next one is new panty and stocking with garter belts. Honestly, this is probably a skip for both of us. It's a comedy, it's an etchy, it's not something to watch. The next one is The Water Magician. Essentially, it's about a dude that is reincarnated into a fantastical world, and then he thinks he's gonna get like a quiet life, and he tries to go with the flow, but like you know, bro has to pull up. He has to fight these monsters, and he's got like water magic. So it seems pretty cool.
So it seems like some Avatar Last Airbender type of thing.
Type shit, bro. Yeah.
I feel like we always compare stuff to other anime, and it's never ever similar. like, like I'm saying this right now, but I know for a fact that it's probably not, and we're probably gonna get clowned on because of it.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've heard this one's fun though. I'll give it that much.
All right, let's get it.
All right, so the next one, bro, I'm gonna tell you just a quick backstory. So I pulled up to my brother's city, bro, Homicide Hartford, bro, you know, and I'm a kind of I'm gonna kind of criminalize myself here real quick, but you know, I cheat on my barber just a little bit. I let him give my brother's barber a little. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel so guilty saying that, bro, but I let my brother's barber give me a little bit of a shape up, bro. You know, cheat a little bit,
I mean, low key, a shape up's not a full cup.
type shit, right?
No, you didn't do him dirty because a full cut is a full cut.
Right, right. I still book with them next week, so it's not like I cheated like that.
Honestly, a shape up is like you just needed it real quick wherever you're at.
We're going to a wedding, bro.
Exactly, exactly. Come on, you need to
But
be a little spiffy for the wedding. You didn't cheat on nobody. Don't worry.
anyway, long story short, bro. I found out my brother's barber watches anime, and he told me, "Yo, Togen Anki, bro. Make sure you watch this shit, bro.
What is it called?
Togen Anki,
Togi and Hunky?
Togen Anki."
Oh shit. Okay, what's it about?
All right, so here's a synopsis.
Yeah.
Individuals with Momotaro and Oni blood, Oni's demon, Oni blood coursing through their veins maintain a long-standing rivalry. The Oni are careless, rash, and disorderly, while the Momotaro protect the human world from uncontrollable Oni. Shiki Ichinose is a reckless and irresponsible teenager, aware of his defiance and even proud of his expulsion from school. Despite Shiki's rebellious attitude, his foster father, Tsuyoshi, cares about him deeply. Tsuyoshi's selfless love is soon shown in an explosive incident when a Momotaro barges in looking for Shiki. As a Momotaro himself, Tsuyoshi has been hiding Shiki for years and keeping his Oni origins a secret even from him. As he gives up his life to save Shiki and confesses everything in his dying breath, Shiki's Oni blood awakens for the first time, transforming him into an unruly monster overflowing with rage and a thirst for revenge. Shiki's momentary outburst attracts the attention of Naito Mudano, an Oni teacher at the Rakshasa Academy, an institution for young Oni in need of understanding and perfecting their powers. Before Shiki can avenge his father, he must learn to control his headstrong and impulsive nature and, above all, fight against his own demonic blood.
Damn, okay. I feel like this is like a reverse Demon Slayer situation going on here. Um, I don't know. It kind of plot sounds pretty sick. It sounds like we're getting the demon side of everything, and this guy just turned into demon, and he needs to become like essentially become a stronger demon. Damn. What do you think?
Bro, I'm gonna trust my brother's barber on this, bro.
Me too, bro.
Watch the-
I'm gonna trust your brother's barber on this one too because it sounds sick.
I watched the trailer, bro. This shit was fire, bro. I'm gonna tell you that much.
But hell yeah.
All right, let's start going a little bit faster on the next ones. So the next one is called Clevatus. This is an action fantasy. I'm gonna lie, bro. It looks pretty decent, bro.
You said cleavatus?
Yeah, Clevatus.
Sounds like a
Lie,
mixture.
it sounds a little sus, bro.
It sounds like a mixture of cleavage and clitoris.
Bro, for real, bro. I don't even know, bro.
Clitoris. What the fuck?
Tell you shit, bro.
Cleavatus, bro. What the fuck is going on? Okay,
Um,
so what is this about?
uh, I can read the synopsis real quick. I personally don't know what it's about, bro. I read the title. I was like, I don't know, man. But
Let's get it.
let's read it together.
Yeah.
Alicia, who had dreamed of becoming a hero since childhood, is chosen by the king as one of the 13 heroes. Armed with a legendary sword, the heroes set out to defeat the Demon King, Clevatus. They really named the king that, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, literally.
All right. However, the recklessness triggers a terrible crisis that could wipe out all of humanity on the continent of Edsia. Now the world's only hope lies with the baby entrusted to the Demon King.
Edsia?
Edsia? I don't know.
Okay. That was the whole synopsis?
Yeah, that's all we got, bro. I feel like this is one that we might have to pry more into, but that's all I got for you.
Yeah, definitely, because there was nothing in that. Pretty much at all. But seems like something I honestly probably wouldn't watch.
All right. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next one is adventure fantasy. It's called Apocalypse Bringer Minogra. World conquest starts with a civilization of ruin.
What are these titles, bro?
I don't know, bro. Type shit. But we'll start to move through these one a little bit quicker just because they have a lot less members. But of course, there's always going to be hidden gems, so we might miss some, but it's all good. Y'all let us know in the Discord.
I think just reading off the titles will be fine because half these titles give up the whole story.
All right, next up is a romance anime. This is the second season. It's called A Couple of Cuckoos.
Okay. That
Okay.
sounds like a bunch of
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
wait.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Wait. A bunch of regeneration, tactics. A lot like what the frick? Okay, let's get it. Next.
All right, next up is City the Animation. This is a comedy anime done by Kyoto Animation. Next up, we have New Saga, which is an adventure fantasy that has to do with time travel. So that seems pretty cool.
Okay.
Next up is a sequel. It's an isekai. So ready for the title one?
Oh my God.
Reborn as a vending machine. I now wander the dungeon season two.
Oh my God. Reborn as a fucking vending machine. Imagine how sad that would be.
Imagine, bro.
What the fuck?
Okay. All right. The next one is called There's No Way, There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless dot dot dot.
Damn. Okay. That's
Yeah,
kind of sounds kind of spicy.
type shit. The next one is even crazier, bro. Watari-kun's star is about to collapse. That shit sounds even more crazy, bro.
Hey yo.
They had to start that shit out, bro.
Hey yo. What you mean by that?
I don't know, bro. I really don't know, bro. I'm kind of afraid to read the synopsis on that one. Y'all might have to cue me in here, bro. All right. Next up is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Season 2, Part 2. Again, this one always does really well for some reason. I'm actually kind of surprised it's lower down here. And honestly, bro, Owen, I think your theory is right about the whole Part 2 thing.
Yeah, bro. There's no way it's like Doctor Stone is that low. And Sakamoto days.
Right. All right. Next up, we have Ruri Rocks. The only reason I'm bringing this one up is because I've been told by our Discord that this one is fire, bro. It's cute girls doing cute things anime where the animation just looks crazy. I did watch a trailer on it just because I've been coaxed into watch this one by everyone in our Discord, and I'm gonna lie, the animation's insane, bro. Like for an anime like this, a slice of life, bro. So I respect it, bro. I might actually watch this one. I usually try to do one anime that our Discord recommends.
Oh yeah, bro. Let's get it.
All right. Then we have let's see if there's anyone because these ones are all very low key. Of course, again, some of these might be bangers, but I'm gonna see if there's any. Yeah, this one right here. I want to watch this one too. It's called Ugly Mug Epic Fighter.
Okay, this looks sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So here's the synopsis. Wrongly convicted of a crime, 34-year-old Shigeru Yoshioka loses everything, including his trust in women, and withdraws from society as an unemployed recluse. One day, he stumbles upon a way to travel to another world when a mysterious status screen appears on his computer. Shigeru sacrifices his looks to gain an overwhelming 100 trillion and 5,100 parameters. Now reborn as an absolute god, he begins his second life in another world. So essentially, dude said, bro, I got finesse in the other world, bro. I'm gonna just make myself ugly, bro. Yo, okay, hypothetical for you, and it has to do with this anime. Would you make yourself mad ugly if you're like mad overpowered?
Why? Why would I want to be ugly?
That's what the dude did essentially, bro. He turned himself overpowered.
Am I trading my handsomeness for for like power?
I guess that's what he did, bro.
Uh depends, maybe. You never know. Depends on. I mean, right now I wouldn't need any power, bro. The fuck?
All right, touch shit. But yeah, that's what this anime is about. I might watch this one to be honest.
But let's get it.
All right, and I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. There are some returning anime, and there is one that was not listed on here, or it might be listed lower on. Let's see if it's here. Do you remember that trailer that I showed you of that Dongwa?
Dongwa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, that's on here. So Lord of Mysteries. Technically it's called an original net anime and it's not listed in the season, but it is in the season. It's just a Chinese anime, so that's the reason why it's not listed up there. This
Oh,
one's
shit.
fire, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I remember we were talking about this one.
Yeah, if I could just say one thing, if y'all have a time, just peep Lord of Mysteries. It's a little confusing, but just watch it on TikTok or watch a trailer, and the animation will blow your mind. And if it does, give it a shot.
Hell yeah, let's get it.
And then lastly, the last one we're gonna do, we might have one more, but this one right here is called Takopi's Original Sin. I watched the first episode. It's only 6 episodes in total. I watched the first two.
Okay.
Long story short, this shit is fucked up, bro.
Okay. What do you mean by what?
So this alien comes down to Earth. It's known as a Happian, and their only job is to make anywhere they go happy. This alien meets up with this little girl who is bullied, beat the fuck out of, and everything like that. Even commits offs herself. I don't know if it's
Yeesh.
I could say that, but she offs herself. The alien has the power to go back in time, and then the alien disguises themselves as this girl, and that alien got beat the fuck out of too. And then at that point, the alien realized like, yo, humans are pieces of shit. But it's really fucked up, bro. Like it'll make you like, bro, it'll make you rethink everything, bro. Like this shit is fucked up beyond belief, bro.
Sheesh. Would you recommend watching this?
Bro, if you're trying to be depressed, I would, bro. But it's it's really fucked, bro.
Yeah, bro. Not really trying to be depressed, to be honest.
All right. And last up, we'll just cover two quick movies. Firstly, we have Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, Part 1. That comes out July 18th. In the US, it comes out in September, I believe. And the last one is the Chainsaw movie, Rize arc. So they're going to be covering a whole arc in a movie. So that comes out in September.
They're doing this movie art thingy again.
Unfortunately, they are, yeah.
Unfortunate. Well, it is what it is. I mean, that's kind of the new wave now, and we kind of expected this after the whole Demon Slayer debacle. So,
Yeah.
not surprised, realistically.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, from this list, I think I'm gonna watch Sakamoto Days, Doctor Stone, and
Kaiju number 8, Dandadan. Come on,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, those two for sure. Those are my four.
Yeah. Oh, and if I had to tell you to watch one, it would be Gachi Akuta. But me personally, obviously, I'm watching all those ones you mentioned. Gachi Akuta, The Summer, Hikaru Died. It might be Brewery Rocks, Togen Anki, shout out to my brother's barber. And then I believe there was another one. Oh, Lord of Mysteries and Tekopi's. Bro, I'm watching too much, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Not gonna lie, I'm gonna watch the one that your brother's barber,
Togen
Hartford.
Anki? It's on Netflix, bro.
Homicide Hartford recommendations.
Homicide, Harvard.
Shut the fucking Homicide Hartford. Come on now.
Bro, bro, what you know about Hartford, bro? All I know is it ain't on that Long Island shit. No,
I wouldn't want it. Look, bro, living good Long Island. That's what I'm gonna call it. I don't need this shit to be Homicide Hartford.
Oh, dude. All right. Oh, and if you have a second, should we do the rankings that we came up with the Discord, or should we pass on for next time?
Uh, let's set that up as the first thing we do next time.
For sure, bro, for sure. All right, we're gonna run that next time. I know I said in the beginning of this episode we're gonna do it, but we finna save it for next. All right.
Yep.
With that being said, that's gonna be it for this episode. Again, we might have went quickly over some of the anime that are coming up, or we might have skipped ones that are very lower on this list. And if there's any bangers down there that you guys thought that we fucked up by missing, definitely roast us in the Discord. Let us know because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't trying to disrespect anyone's taste, bro. But yeah, with that being said, that's gonna be it for this episode. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And until then, hope you guys have a great one. Peace.
Peace.